Man, New Jersey really blew us away.
We just spent the last couple days exploring Delaware's coastline, and today we're gonna be heading from here in Lewes, Delaware to our 46th state of New Jersey, which is right over there. And to get there, we're gonna take a ferry.
The ferry costs $57 for the both of us, plus our oversized van for one way, and the ride is about 85 minutes long from here in Lewes over to Cape May, New Jersey, which is a little bit less than half of the time if we had driven between the two. It's always so cool to drive our home onto a boat.
We always love riding ferries. It's such a fun, more scenic, and much less stressful way to travel. And this one has a cafe and tons of seating inside. But the best part for us is being outside and enjoying the view.
We are officially in New Jersey, state number 46. We are being summoned back to our vehicles. How was your ferry ride? Did you get a good nap?
The ferry drops you off near Cape May on the southernmost point of the Jersey Shore, and despite what you may think of when you hear Jersey Shore, we hear it's a beautiful place with many nice towns, boardwalks, 90 miles of beaches, and amusement parks. And Cape May is said to be one of the best spots along the coast. It was actually the first seashore resort in America, getting the designation back in 1761, and is especially known for its Victorian architecture and pristine beaches.
It was the #1 recommended spot by y'all for us to visit while here, but since we just spent a few days at the ocean, we want to change of scenery, so instead we're going to head more inland to check out the state's mountains, rivers, and forests. We have headed 1.5 hours northeast of Cape May to the Pine Barrens. This is a giant area that encompasses 1.1 million acres of southern New Jersey and is the largest forested area on the eastern seaboard between Maine and the Florida Everglades. And to experience some of it, we're going kayaking.
We rented our kayak from Mixed Canoe and Kayak Rentals, and they have a few different routes to choose from, but we chose the 2-hour route from Evans Bridge to Beaver Branch along the Wading River.
It is so relaxing and peaceful out here. We're the only ones out here on the river, and we're just surrounded by tons of trees. And you may notice that the water has this tea color or root beer color, but this isn't because the water is dirty. We actually read that the water is really clean. This is due to a plant compound called tannin, which is in some of the trees, and it colors the water. And this is super similar to Tahquamenon Falls in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan that we visited a couple years ago. Some parts of the river are super calm and easy, but we have a part right now with a ton of just big tree logs sticking up. And there are some parts with kind of some fast moving water, and we're just like frantically paddling, just trying to not hit the shore.
Hitting the white water.
Oh gosh, you see it. Besides the forest, this area is also known for its ghost towns, some of which you can still visit today. Many years ago, there was a booming iron industry here, but like many booms, also busted and left many towns abandoned. It is also said to be haunted out here. The Pine Barrens are known for a legend called the Jersey Devil, which was the 13th child of Deborah Leeds, who was born human, but then morphed into this devilish creature that kind of resembles a goat and a bat. And the Jersey Devil, plus some other ghosts, are said to still haunt this area. Ooh.
Did you hear that?
Does it sound like a goat and a bat?
I just heard bat wings and
Bah.
goat bat. Along the way, there's a few beaches you can pull off at, and so we're making a quick stop to have a snack.
Thank you so much, Gilbert.
We've had a bit of a drive to our last spot we want to check out today, and one thing to keep in mind while in New Jersey or the Northeast in general are tolls. While they can save you time, they can also add up in price, so we made sure to check off avoid tolls on Google Maps so we don't get stuck on one. Our drive with tolls would have been a little under 2 hours, but without tolls it was a little over 2 hours, so it's not that much of a difference, and according to Google Maps we saved about $5 to $7, and we got to see Princeton, which is pretty cool.
We made a stop at a spot called Old Town Deli, nicest people ever by the way, to get a very iconic New Jersey food item, Taylor ham, also known as a pork roll in the southern part of the state. As the name implies, it's a roll of pork which is then sliced and griddled, and it's most commonly eaten in sandwich form. It was created by John Taylor in 1856, and it was originally called Taylor ham, but food regulations required him to change the name, so he changed it to pork roll, but the original name stuck in the North, and since we're in the North, we're calling it Taylor ham.
We got the Taylor ham egg and cheese sandwich, and it is said to be one of the best in the entire state. They slice off a bunch of the pork, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, I think there's 6 slices on here, 3 slices of cheese, and then an egg right in there. This is the perfect breakfast sandwich. The Taylor ham is salty and savory. I love the flavor from the griddle marks. There's so much cheese on here. And then they were out of their regular bread that they use for this, so we got it on a bagel, and the bagel is super good. Might want to rest my head on that because it's kind of pillowy. This is amazing. Also, I wasn't really sure what the meat was going to taste like because the term pork roll just kind of sounds a little ambiguous, but it just tastes like ham.
This thing is so huge. It is so tall. I can't even get my mouth around it. I get the hype, New Jersey. I get the hype. We actually left New Jersey for a few days and headed to New York City for a long weekend with one of my brothers who flew in for his birthday, and we had the best time going all around the city and eating tons of delicious food. But we're back in New Jersey now and on the northwest side of the state near Frenchtown, and for the next few days we're going to be road tripping around the northern part of the state, checking out some cool hikes, small towns, and nature along the way. And first up, we're tubing the Delaware River.
The Delaware River is a 301-mile river that starts in New York and runs along the Pennsylvania and New Jersey border before reaching Delaware and the Delaware Bay. You can tube it from the Pennsylvania side and the New Jersey side, and we're renting our tubes from Big Bear Gear River Tubing here in New Jersey.
Perfect. Perfect. Nicely done. All right.
That's chilly.
Thanks!
Thank you.
This is cool. Our tubing route is about 5 miles long, and we just got dropped off at the starting point, and they'll pick us up at the end. We are the only ones out on this river. It's 60-something degrees out. It's a weekday just after Memorial Day, so the crowds aren't here yet. This is pretty awesome. We also got this rope to tie us together, so now we're kind of just playing bumper boats. We also got a paddle to help us because the river is really, it's low and slow until some certain points, so they suggested having this to help us get down it. So it's kind of like we're doing tubing kayaking hybrid. No, 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 don't splash me. Tubing is a pretty popular thing around where I grew up in Austin, but I have never gone tubing before. This is my first time ever, and so far it is super relaxing and chill. But we did hear that closer to the end, there will be a little bit of excitement.
It doesn't look like we're moving very fast, but if you look under the water, which you can see all the way to the bottom, it's not that deep. You can definitely tell we're moving. We're out in the middle, so we're more in the current. Now it's just a little lazy river relaxation.
Oh my gosh, look how shallow this is.
A little shallow right there. My butt just rubbed. Here's a little drop off right here. Heck yeah. Let's go.
Oh, we're stuck. Don't pop, don't.
Don't flip. That was a good slide right there.
Oh my gosh! Whoa! That was awesome!
That was the best one yet. Oh,
yeah. It was so fun! Thank you so much.
You too. Ooh, we did it.
That was awesome. Besides the natural beauty, another thing we are loving about this part of New Jersey are all of the super cute small towns, and there are a lot of them. Yesterday we walked around Lambertville, which we loved, and we're currently in Frenchtown, which has this very charming little stretch of buildings with shops and restaurants. We just grabbed some coffees from an amazing coffee shop called Early Bird Espresso and Mercantile, and we're gonna sip while we stroll.
We're walking into Pennsylvania.
And now back to New Jersey.
saw a fox on the road and he's like hanging out. Like we're going so slow to try to not scare him away, and he's just chilling with us. Like, he's just still right there, just running along the side of the road. Yeah. Besides tubing, another thing I wanted to do on the water today was go fishing. We came to this stunning river that is supposed to have wild and stock trout, multiple species. I usually have better luck when the camera's not around. That's a likely excuse, right? But I'm gonna try to see if I can hook one. I might have something, I have something. I got one!
Oh my gosh! Oh.
How awesome is this? All right, we got one. Let's try the same spot. Try to get another one. That is so exciting. And another one. This one's bigger. Number 2. I'm catching fish. I can't believe this. This is so cool. Oh, this is what it's all about, right? All right, I gave it a few hours, gonna call it there. Best fishing day ever. 2 beautiful fish and at a freaking gorgeous spot. I don't know if it gets any better than that. Man, so happy.
Today we're going to be checking out some spots here in New Jersey with some high-ranking titles, and first we're hiking Mount Tammany, which is said to be the #1 hike here in New Jersey. There are a couple different trails you can take to get to the top, and we're going to take the Red Dot Trail up and the Blue Dot Trail down, which is about 3.6 miles round trip. It does have over 1,200 feet of elevation gain, so it's going to be a steeper one. We're about 0.4 miles in, and the hike is pretty steep so far. We've already climbed up enough to have our first viewpoint. Look at this. There's the Delaware River down there, Mount Minzy behind this tree. Man. Beautiful.
We made it.
When you get to the summit, you might be wondering, where's the view? Well, you actually have to climb down this rock wall right here. It's not too bad, but you might have to use your hands a little bit.
This is the Delaware Water Gap, which is where the Delaware River cuts between these mountains here, leaving this dramatic landscape.
I can definitely see why this is the #1 hike in New Jersey. These views are stunning. Oh my gosh.
I literally almost just peed myself. We are walking down the trail and there's a snake right there. I thought it was a stick, and then I saw Kona walk like this close in front of it, and then I noticed it was a snake and I about jumped out of my skin.
Oh, he's slithering now.
It startled me, man. I just don't have much experience with snakes, so anytime I see one that close and that big, oh, no thanks.
I just saw Adam jump in the air on the trail.
Yeah, it really startled me.
It looked like a burnt stick.
Yeah. Didn't even notice. Man, glad nothing happened with that. Whew.
We think it's a rat snake after talking to some other hikers.
Yeah.
So not poisonous, but still, it's a snake.
Get away from me.
I was going to say that the Blue Dot Trail felt extra long and that I almost would have rather just gone back down the Red Dot Trail, but then we came across this stream and this waterfall and this swimming hole, and this is amazing. You have to come on the Blue Dot Trail just to come see this.
I kind of want to jump into this, get in this water. I'm not as prepared as I normally am. The shorts that I normally wear are actually swim shorts from Target. They're like 15 bucks, but I love them. And I always wear them, but I didn't wear them today for some reason. But who cares? I might just do it anyways. It's gonna be so cold. It's so cold, Kona. For the rest of the day, we're driving across the state to High Point State Park, which is home to the highest point in the state of New Jersey.
This is the highest point in New Jersey at 1,803 feet, and it's marked by this monument right behind me, which kind of looks like the Washington Monument in DC. You can climb the 291 steps to the top of it during certain hours, but we didn't quite make it here in time, so we're just gonna enjoy the views from the base instead.
From right where I'm standing, you can see New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and New York.
Our plan was to have a nice sunset picnic from up here, but then we found out that the park gates close at 8 p.m., which is before sunset, so we're just gonna have a pre-sunset picnic instead. We picked up a few goodies at the Farmer's Daughter in Newton on the way here. This is a farm-to-table restaurant, but they also have a market next door where they sell a bunch of different goodies. We got this roasted garlic and herb cheese spread, some truffles.
And I got this massive cookie. Look how big it is. It's as big as my face. It literally is. And it was only $1. That's ridiculous. Cheers to our 8th state high point. Oh yeah.
$1 quality, or is it like a $5 cookie?
This is like $5, $7 quality cookie. This is amazing. Oh. For our final adventure in New Jersey, we're hiking the Stairway to Heaven. This is a very popular hike here in the state, and while there is a shorter 2.6 mile round trip route to get to the top, we've decided to take a longer 7.5 mile route instead.
We decided to take this longer route because it takes you on the Pochuck Boardwalk, which is a famous feature along the Appalachian Trail. The Appalachian Trail runs for about 72 miles across New Jersey, going through many of the areas that we visited over the last 2 days, and this entire trail is on the AT. After you go through the gorgeous boardwalk section, you go through the trees for a bit, then we went over some railroad tracks, and now we're in a pasture, and there's a sign warning you to not approach the cows. I saw that sometimes the cows are literally right on the trail, but I don't see any cows today, and this is the last stretch that we have until we meet up with the main shorter trail, which I believe is taking us somewhere all the way up there.
All right, I believe we have made it to the stairway part of the Stairway to Heaven.
Hey, Bear. Oh my gosh, we just ran into a bear. We didn't run into him. We came across a bear. He's safely down the trail. Wow! We keep hearing about some of these trails we're going on having black bears, and I didn't think we'd get lucky to see one. That is so cool.
It was so big. It's cool. It's like hyping us up, give us energy to finish this hike.
Oh, wow. We made it. Wow.
There are tons of mountains, rolling hills, and farms in the distance. And fun fact, New Jersey is known as the Garden State, and that's because of the large farming presence in the state. There are 9,071 farms covering 715,057 acres of farmland, and the view from the top of this hike is a great way to get a glimpse of that.
One of our favorite things about traveling is just opening up our mind and changing our perception about places around the country and the world. And man, New Jersey really blew us away. It is such a beautiful state with so many different types of scenery, great hikes, awesome wildlife, cute towns, and fun activities. We truly loved our time here, and it was just the best surprise.
And as we continue heading northeast, we're excited to be surprised by even more places. We still have 3 new states to check out in this part of the US. Next up, we're heading to Connecticut.
We are officially in New Jersey, state number 50. Oh, why do I keep saying 56? There are 56 states. Oh my gosh, Adam, don't look now, don't look now. You see Snooki?
Snooki time. Is that what she says?
I don't know. I've never watched that show
smush,
ever.
Smush, that's what
Smush,
she said.
smush.
Snooki, smush, smush.